Hi, welcome to another video. So, I came across this article about building a one-person Dev team using OpenClaw, Codex, and Claude Code, all working together as an agent swarm. And a lot of people have been talking about it, so I thought to talk about this as well. The results being claimed here are pretty wild. 94 commits in a single day, 7 pull requests done in 30 minutes, and all of this for roughly $100 to $190 a month. So, let's read through this, and I'll explain what's actually going on here. The core problem they start with is pretty simple. Codex and Claude Code are great at writing code, but they have very little context about your actual business. They don't know your customers, your past decisions, what worked, what failed, none of that. So, the code they write is technically fine, but it's missing the bigger picture. And that's the gap they're trying to fill here. So, what's the solution? They built a two-tier system. At the top, you have OpenClaw running an orchestrator agent called Zoe. Zoe is not writing code. Zoe holds all the business context, customer data, meeting notes, past decisions, what worked, what failed. All of this lives in an Obsidian vault. And then below Zoe, you have the actual coding agents, which are Codex and Claude Code. These agents only focus on writing code. They don't need to know about your business strategy or your customer calls. Zoe translates all that high-level context into precise, focused prompts for each coding agent. So, the key idea here is specialization through context, not through different models, which is pretty smart if you think about it. Now, let's talk about how the actual workflow works step by step. They break it down into about 8 steps. First, scoping and agent spawning. When a task comes in, Zoe handles everything. It figures out the scope, pulls production database configs if needed, and then spawns the appropriate coding agent. Each agent gets its own isolated Git work tree and its own tmux session. So, they're all working independently without stepping on each other's toes. Second, the monitoring loop. This is where it gets interesting. There's a cron job that runs every 10 minutes, and it checks a few things. It looks at the active tmux sessions, checks the open PR status, monitors CI health through the GitHub CLI, and if an agent fails, it auto-respawns it up to 3 times. So, the system basically tells you when to look instead of you having to babysit every agent, which is pretty great. Third, pull request creation. When an agent finishes its work, it commits, pushes, and opens a PR using GHPR create -- fill. The definition of done here includes the PR being created, the branch being synced to main, and CI passing. Notifications only trigger when the PR is actually ready. So, you're not getting pinged every 5 seconds for nothing. Now here's where it gets really cool. The automated code review. There are 3 different AI models reviewing each PR. First, a Codex reviewer that checks for edge cases and logic errors. Second, Gemini Code Assist that looks at security and scalability issues. And third, a Claude Code reviewer as a final validation layer. So, every PR goes through 3 separate AI reviewers before it even reaches you. That's quite thorough. After the reviews, there's automated testing. The CI pipeline runs linting, TypeScript checks, unit tests, E2E tests, and here's a nice rule they have. Any PR that changes you, I must include a screenshot in the description or CI fails. They say this dramatically shortens review time because you can see exactly what changed visually without having to pull the branch and run it yourself. That's a clever little rule. Then comes the human review and merge. With CI passing, 3 AI reviewers approving, and screenshots showing the UI changes, most PRs get merged in 5 to 10 minutes, and often without even reading the code in detail, because by this point, so many automated checks have already happened that the confidence level is high enough. Now, they also talk about something called the Ralph Loop v2. This is the improved feedback mechanism. When an agent fails, Zoe doesn't just respawn it with the same exact prompt. That would be dumb. Instead, it analyzes the failure with full business context, adjusts the prompt dynamically based on what worked before, and even proactively identifies new work from error logs, meeting notes, and Git history. So, over time, the system actually learns what successful patterns look like and applies them. That's pretty smart. They also break down when to use which agent. Codex handles about 90% of tasks, mainly backend logic, complex bugs, and multi-file refactors. Claude Code is used for front-end work, Git operations, and faster iteration cycles, and Gemini is used specifically for UI and design sensibility. So, Gemini designs, Claude builds the front end, and Codex handles the heavy back-end lifting. Now, let's talk about the technical setup. Each agent runs in its own isolated Git work tree with a dedicated TMUX session and full terminal logging. If an agent goes off track mid-task, instead of killing it and starting over, you can use TMUX to send a course correction in real time. So, the agent adjusts without losing all the work it's already done, which is way better than restarting from scratch. Everything is tracked through a JSON-based task registry that lives in .claudebot/active-tasks.json. This file maintains the status of every task, PR numbers, completion timestamps, and validation checks. So, at any point, you can see exactly what every agent is doing and where things stand. Now, the one big bottleneck mentioned is RAM. And this makes sense. Each agent needs its own worktree with its own node modules, its own TypeScript compiler, and its own test runner. 5 agents running at the same time means 5 of everything loaded into memory. On a 16 gig Mac Mini, that maxes out pretty fast. Overall, the crux of this article is that the real power isn't in any single AI coding tool. It's in how you orchestrate them together. Using OpenClaw as the brain that holds business context, and then delegating actual coding work to specialized agents is a smart architecture. The monitoring, automated reviews, and feedback loops are what tie it all together and make it actually work at scale. It's not just about spawning agents. It's about building a system around them. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel. You can also donate via Super Thanks option or join the channel as well and get some perks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.